I want to go over with you some of the things that I and many other teachers do as teachers. Things that we do every day that we don't ask the district for any money for. I have worked in this district now for about 12 years. As a teacher, I've retrieved runaway students, purchased clothes for students, arranged daycare for students that were home alone in the evenings. I've set up scouting activities for young boys that had nothing else to do in the evenings but get into trouble. I have purchased kids and their family Christmas dinners and presents because they couldn't afford it. I have conducted reading programs before and after school, unpaid, not asking the district for a penny. I have also arranged and conducted reading and math programs in between breaks in order that students could maintain their reading and math level over the breaks. I frequently conduct home visits and work with students and their parents at their house. I've taken students bowling, to movies, to the beaches, to Legoland, and to Disneyland. I've done this to improve their background knowledge so that they could perform better in school and realize that there's a better place in life than where they live. This list is far from all the things that teachers are doing today to enhance student learning, to decrease that so-called achievement gap. Prior to teaching, I served in the United States Army, and I made more than twice as much as I make now. There, you're on duty 24 hours a day. I have been responsible for managing up to and probably a little more than 500 soldiers and a budget exceeding $25 million. With all these responsibilities, I would get into work around 6 in the morning, and I'd be home most days around 5:30, unless I was traveling. My weekends were spent at home for the most part with my families, which was encouraged by the military. Now, as a teacher, I go to work at 7 or at 7:30 at the latest, and normally leave around 5. That's when I conduct home visits. If I go home, then I'm grading papers, assessing writing, planning the next day's class by making charts and creating assessments. On an average, my teaching work is done around 8 or 9 daily. On weekends, I try to complete my teaching work in 10 to 15 hours so that I can spend time with my family. Teaching is by far the lowest paying job that I have had since I finished college. Yet, it is by far the hardest and most time-consuming job I've had in my life. Don't get me wrong, I love what I'm doing, or I wouldn't be doing it. I love working with kids. The difficult part of teaching is watching the mismanagement that occurs throughout San Diego Unified. I've watched administrators spend hundreds of thousands of dollars ordering books only to realize that when they came in, they were the wrong ones after they had been passed out. This wasn't done intentionally. However, the money went wasted nevertheless. In my school, we've spent $76,000 on a program, The Leader in Me. Today, many of the books that were purchased for that set still wrapped in plastic. That program went unused. We purchased a sign maker for, I think, $37,000. I don't know who uses it, but I do know that money could have been better spent. I can't control the waste in the district, so it doesn't really concern me too much, except for to see that now we're coming to the teachers to ask them to take an 8% cut in their pay so that we can balance our budget. I have often stated to friends and administrators that if they were in the military, they would have been relieved a long time ago for dereliction of duty. Since I've been teaching, one of the hardest things that I've done was last week. I went out and listened to the members. and watched teachers in tears over this budget threat. They're concerned that they will join friends and relatives in that long line of foreclosed homes. One teacher had just given birth and was literally in tears because she felt that her house would foreclose and she didn't know how she would make ends meet. It has been stated by the district that they want to keep the cuts away from the classroom. I don't know how you can threaten a teacher with that 8% cut in their salary and expect them to come to the classroom every day and teach the kids with a smile on their face and be as efficient as they would have otherwise been. My concern with the budgetary problem that we have now isn't one that was just created today. This existed yesterday, last year, and year before that. I have seen, in the 12 years that I've been in this district, I have seen layers upon layers of management come in. But yet, through all this management and through all of these programs that would come and go, nothing has changed. In fact, just last year, San Diego Unified went into program improvement. So I urge the district to take a close look at what's going on. It may be time for us to go back to the beginning and look at how it was. Look at what differences we've made in all these management changes. It may be time to take that 8% reduction out of those management layers. Thank you.